Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. It's been another great week here in Newburyport, so let's just jump right in. I've actually been able to attend some pretty fun things this week. So the first thing I'm going to tell you about is a guy that you might have saw on the front page of the Daily News today. His name is Bill. I'm going to butcher his last name, but it's Josish. And he turned 104 years old yesterday, and I got to go to his birthday party. He lives down on Low Street at Country Manor. They had a big party for them. Representative Kelcourse was there as well. I was able to present him with a city citation. He got one from the state, and he was an absolute hot ticket. I don't think he stopped talking the whole time I was there. Originally from Lawrence, he, World War II veteran. He might be one of the oldest living, World War II veterans. Served his time in the South Pacific for his 4 years. In the Army, but just a really cool guy to talk to. He grew up in Lawrence. He told me he once knew all the mayors of Lawrence, and he gave me a lot of advice because he knew I was a new mayor. He said I was a good-looking guy too, which I really liked. But it was really great to spend some time with him and the staff down there at the Country Manor and some of his family. So Bill, happy birthday! I don't know if you get to watch these, but I'm going to come see you real soon. Okay, so thank you, Bill. It was a great day yesterday. You might have noticed that it's that time of year again. Spring hydrant flushing is going on around the city. And I know this always can be kind of a weird time. So I just want you to know that we're trying to put that information out there in a lot of different ways. Every day, if you check our website, and again, our website is cityofnewburyport.com, you'll see right on the first page where they're emptying the hydrants that week. Again, if you miss that and then all of a sudden you notice some brown water, that's what you're going to see when we flush out these hydrants. So just be patient. I would recommend don't do the dishes or do your laundry that day, at least until it flushes out. If you run the cold water after they do the hydrant flushing, that will eventually get back to normal. But just be aware that that's going on. It's going to be happening the next couple weeks. And again, you can just check out the website to see if they're going to be in your area. But I noticed it this morning. I was like, oh no, the brown water. So again, once you see it, just be patient and it'll get back to normal soon. The yard waste facility is now officially open. Last week I made a mistake. I was jumping the gun a little bit, but they did open this past Tuesday. So if you haven't got your sticker yet, you can come to City Hall or do it online. And the yard waste facility is open. So start bringing your leaves and your grass and everything else there and start cleaning up for the spring. We continue to work through our streets and sidewalks plan. I've got a lot of feedback from residents, so please continue to have that feedback come in. As I've said before in the past, this is going to be a rolling 5-year plan. We're starting with this first 5 years. We're going to hopefully add a year each year after this. Again, we're not going to address all of our streets and sidewalks right away. We're going to address wards 1, 3, and 5 the first year and wards 2, 4, and 6 the next year. It's just we have so many streets and sidewalks that need repair. This is our way to get a lot of work done all across the city. So we worked through another neighborhood and city services meeting where they talked about not only the plan itself, but also what sidewalks would be doing in this first year. We talked about that Ordinance 103 that I mentioned in the past about the specific sidewalk materials that would be used. So we're going to keep working through this plan. It's going to go back to City Council, so just pay attention for that. We are going to start this street work very soon. We're finishing up Boardman Street right now, and then we've got our new contractor that's ready to go. So once we can get the funding and everything lined up for this first year, we're going to jump on that first list of streets for wards 1, 3, and 5. So just remember, that whole plan lives on our website. So click on Department of Public Services, and you'll see it down on the left-hand side, Streets and Sidewalks Plan. So stay tuned for that. We had another budget hearing this week on the school committee. So as you know, I'm also the chair of the school committee. We had a great budget presentation by our administration. So just going forward, we didn't have a whole lot of public participation in that. There's going to be one more opportunity when the full final budget is presented by the schools, and that's going to be on Tuesday, April 28th. Hopefully I got that date right. But that'll be your last opportunity to kind of comment on the upcoming year's school budget. We did things a little bit differently this year. We have a new budget director for our schools, finance director, but we also, have some new committee members that we didn't have in the past. And so we really, the superintendent instructed his team to have go for that more aspirational budget. I know that's been thrown around the last few years, but, we really do want to hear, especially coming out of COVID, what do schools and what do their leaders think they need to kind of take our students to the next level? And how does that all fit in to this new strategic plan that's about to come out? So I think we had a good discussion. I think we need to have a few more good discussions and find out, what can we do in year one here of this new strategic plan, and what are some things that might come further down the road. So again, pay attention to that. I'm looking forward to that. I'll just remind everyone again, this is going to be the first year also that I don't plan on taking a vote in the budget. I will be voting present because, I don't know, so either way, once the budget is passed by the school committee, it then comes to my office and becomes part of my overall budget. So I always thought it was silly that the mayor took a vote on the school budget when it's going to come up to the mayor's office eventually. But I'm looking forward to being part of that conversation. And again, it's, this is all new in my first year, this whole budget process, but it's been a great so far. And again, even at the city level here with my finance director, Ethan Manning, he's been wonderful to work with. We're working with our department heads up here and working on that part of the budget. So it'll all come together here soon. And then those budget hearings will start once we start getting into late April and May. So stay tuned for that. So I had my department head meeting this morning, and I do meet with my department heads once a month, and it was a really great meeting. But one of the things that I brought up in there is that we do have a blood drive coming up. So this is a little bit in advance here, but on May 3rd at the Senior Center, the health department is partnering with the mayor's office, and we are sponsoring a blood drive at the Senior Center. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, I had a really close friend pass away earlier this year, Jeff Stone. And while he was in the hospital, fighting his illness, he had to go through many, many blood transfusions. So, one of the ways we try to honor him while he was actually, still alive and still fighting was these blood drives. And so, I just thought it was something we could do that kind of honor his memory and try to bring one of these to Newburyport. So you do have to sign up for these. So we'll get some information out on our website, but you click on the Red Cross website, you search by zip code and get to Newburyport, and you'll see our blood drive listed on here. And then you can actually sign up for what time you'd like to go. I encourage my department heads to share this with the whole staff. So I'd love to see as many city employees and residents take advantage of this, fill up this blood drive, and then we can actually even try to set up another one a few months from now. And we'll try to make this, a thing that we can do throughout the year. And there's just a blood shortage right now too. So it's just a great way to kind of do your part in helping each other here, not only in our community, but across the world, which is great. Another piece of that budget that I mentioned before is our capital improvement plan. So the CIP plan is on our website. You can click on that now. And again, a reminder of what the CIP is, that's all the capital projects for each department. So whether it be, a new truck for DPW or a truck, some sort of vehicle for police or fire, or, hopefully a new Newburyport Youth Services building, or a fire station 2 that hopefully will be breaking ground soon. So all those different projects that we have going on in the city, you'll find in the capital improvement plan. And that's typically a 5-year plan that we roll each year. So that has been submitted, and that will get, kind of vetted by the city council and voted on. And then that will become part of our annual budget. So stay tuned and look for that. That's on our city website now. Another thing that we talked about at my department head this meeting was volunteer opportunities and community service. So, I talked about this quite a bit during my campaign. Service to my community was one of the big reasons why I ran for mayor, but also it was something I tried to incorporate in a lot of the events that we did throughout the campaign. So I'm trying to bring that to City Hall and continue that as well. So this month will be the first month that I will kind of do a city employee kind of community service event day. We're going to try to at least do one thing to get out to all of our city employees each month. So for the month of April, I have targeted our Newburyport Parks Clean Sweep Day, which is April 30th. So it's at the end of the month this year, but they do Clean Sweep every year. And we have 26 parks here in Newburyport. And Clean Sweep is the day that we encourage all volunteers to come out. We meet at Cashman Park that day in the morning at 9 a.m. And then we kind of fan out to all the parks in town and just help clean them up. We have very limited staff on our DPS and our parks department. And, they work so hard and they do such a great job keeping up our parks throughout the year. But, that spring cleaning event is such a massive event that, it's just a great way to come out, help, kind of get your hands dirty, help get our parks up and running and ready for the spring. coming. And so this is something we're going to be doing, and I'm going to be encouraging throughout the city, not just here at City Hall, but all city employees to hopefully like pitch in and lend a hand that day. And each month we're going to try to target something else to do and volunteer here in our community, which I just think is so important. So, again, if you have ideas, let us know. If you have something going on that I can share with the rest of my staff here for the city of Newburyport. But, we're definitely going to target things like, Salvation Army and, clothes and food drives and things like that. And just picking up, I know there's a big plogging effort, which is picking up trash all over the city. We're going to be doing some of that as well. So if you have some ideas, send them in. But I really want this, kind of spirit of volunteering and community service to kind of reverberate through the city. And, again, that has to come from the top, and it's going to come from my office. So again, stay tuned for more news about that. I actually got to meet with a group this week that is actually named Community Service of Newburyport. And they're a group that has been around. This is their 110th year in existence, which is pretty great. And a couple of people on their boards right now are people that I've known for most of my life. A couple of them are former teachers that I got to meet with this week. Former Sheriff Cousins is also on the board of this great organization. And they just do a lot of little unsung things to help people throughout Newburyport. So we're going to put the website up there. It's www.csn1912.org. So 1912 is obviously referencing the year they were formed. And they work not only in Newburyport and the greater Newburyport area, but just they do a lot of great things. So I'll put up the flyer, but anything from economic assistance to organizations to economic assisting in individuals, whether it be heating assistant or utilities, medical, dental, housing assistance. And then, they'll do diaper drives and, personal item drives and things like that. So it's, it fits right into what I've been, just previously talking about of just giving back to your community, looking out for your fellow neighbor and community member. And again, check out this organization. I'm going to highlight events that they do throughout the year, but they've been around for a long time. And I think 110 years is pretty special. So we're going to try to celebrate them and, give them a voice this year and hopefully bring a lot of more people out to get involved with that organization. Last night I did a cool thing. So last night we went out. I took my parents out with my wife, and we went out and celebrated the Anna Jaques Hospital Aid Association's Great Chefs Night. So this is an event that has gone on for a long time through Anna Jaques, and it's a big fundraiser for them. But COVID kind of changed it. So this is the second year they've kind of kept with this format, whereas you could actually go to the restaurants. Before it used to be all in one event place, but now each restaurant has their own menu for this. I believe it's $60 to buy a ticket for it. And, so you get a ticket voucher that you bring to the restaurant, and you have a specific menu that you get to pick off of. And it's anywhere between 1 and 3 courses. So we went to Mission Oak last night. It was delicious. We had a wonderful 2-course meal. And we used our vouchers, and it's, like I said, it's easy. And it's going to be going on until April 14th. So if you haven't done it yet, there's a number of restaurants, wonderful restaurants, not only here in Newburyport, but there's also some Amesbury and Salisbury restaurants as well. So again, great chefs benefits, the Anna Jaques Hospital Aid Foundation, a wonderful organization. Again, this is one of their big fundraisers. They're also doing a raffle at this time. So go ahead, check out the menus online and make plans. It's going till April 14th. So again, support that organization. They do so much good here in Newburyport. And lastly, on my Mayor's Corner this week, I want to mention a great Newburyporter that passed away. I actually attended her funeral today. She was a good friend to many, a longtime Newburyporter, 96 years old, Margaret Peg Horgan. I always called her Mrs. Horgan, but she was a fixture, particularly down the Park Lunch. That used to be her daughter's restaurant. But just a wonderful woman, always had a nice thing to say, always with a smile on her face. She, gave me so much encouragement during my run for mayor last year. And, it's funny, her sister passed away a few months prior. Her sister was Lorraine Sullivan, who was a former First Lady of Newburyport. And these two were just thick as thieves. And again, were such great role models to the families that they represented. I mean, Peg's husband tragically died when she was 39, and she raised all 9 kids on her own, and they all just turned out to be really tremendous people and members of their community. And again, I really just thought the world of her. So it was a wonderful service today, and Peg was a wonderful Newburyporter. So again, the whole Horgan family is in my thoughts and prayers. And that's our Mayor's Corner this week. These have been running a little bit longer, but again, I have so much information I want to tell you each week, so it's hard to fit it all into one show. But hopefully you enjoyed this week. Again, spring is coming. It's we've got a good stretch here of weather coming up after this couple days of rain, but then we've got a good stretch coming up. So again, I hope you have a great weekend. If you have questions, please reach out. We'll have office hours again coming up at the end of the month. And just remember, if you're ever stuck in the corner, the mayor's got your back. Have a great week.